Hi, everybody. Luke here, IT guy, dad, and generally bad movie nerd. Wait, hold on. That's not this podcast, is it? No, I've got to hold on. I've got to fix something. I'll be back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Luke Who's Talking podcast with me, Luke, of course. How are you out there? How are you doing? Are you okay? How are you? Right. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Right. How am I? I don't know. Can I say that I've got some interesting thoughts. Going through my head. I don't know. I always feel like I've got interesting thoughts in my head anyway. But anyway, whatever. Let's move on from that. So earlier on in the year, right, I'm sure I probably said what some goals I had for this year was, honestly. I mean, I'd have to refer to my spreadsheet on that, but I'm pretty sure I did. Anyway, one goal I had was to try and ride 1,000 kilometres for this year on my bicycle. And good news, I have ridden 1,000 Ks. I've done, at this point, about 1,150 kilometres. Actually, 1,157 to be precise, 1,157. So that means 843 Ks until I've reached 2,000 kilometres. So I'm going to try and hit that goal, try and get to 2,000 Ks ridden for 2020 in the year. And when I do, I'm going to treat myself, could I say, and also the bicycle to a wheel upgrade. I'm going to get some new wheels because the wheels that are on my bicycle now, the set, right, the two wheels, this is just the wheels themselves, weigh about 2 kilograms each, right? Weigh about 2 kilos, sorry, not each, for the set. The set is about 2 kgs. So So, once you put a tyre on that and the brake disc and whatever else, the two wheels are probably at, so we've got 2 kilos for 2 wheels. And then if we say, well, we've got 2 tyres on there, what's a tyre and tube worth? I don't know, we'll say 100 grams, right? So that's another 200. A brake disc, let's say that weighs another 100 grams each, so that's another 200. So that's 2.5 kilograms. And of course, the rear wheel is a little bit heavier. And of course, that has the rear cassette on it as well, which, might be 300 grams. So, the two wheels are over, the two wheels themselves are over probably maybe 2.5 kgs, we'll say. So I've decided I'm going to get some new wheels now. What type? I'm not 100% if I'm going to go some carbon ones, if I'm going to get some deep rims, because deep rim wheels just have better aero and they go through the air better, they create less turbulence. However, they are typically a little bit heavier. So I've been scouring the internet, right? Just scouring the internet, looking at bicycle wheel sets that I could possibly get. So I'd like to get a pair that I've got a rough budget in mind, and I'd like to get a pair that are maybe like combined weight of about 1.5 kilos, for example, or about that. So that means basically I'm already saving like half a kilogram just on the wheels themselves, and I will get a bit narrower, a bit better tires, which will will save a little bit more weight. When it comes to the cassette and the brake rotors, they are what they are. But hopefully I can have the two wheels. It'd be good if I could have a new set of wheels with tires and ready to go for under, or like weighing less than what my current two wheels just by themselves weigh now. So I'm looking to maybe save, like half a kilo, which you might be thinking that's not really not really a lot. But my bicycle, I would say, is quite heavy. It weighs about 10 kilograms. So if I could save half a kilo, it takes it down to 9.5 kilos. If I go for some tyres, some wheels a little bit narrower, a bit lighter, they will just change the dynamic a little bit of the bicycle, for handling and that sort of stuff. So that's something to look forward to. And so I'm 843 Ks away from a set of wheels. And so I've been looking at wheels, like how deep do I want to get? Do I want to try and make a risky move, risky purchase and get some cheap carbon ones off eBay? Or do I want to spend similar or more money to get some proper quality wheels that, aren't carbon but are just made, structurally better, etc. So, it's interesting. I could get, say, for example, a set of carbon wheels off of eBay for, say, $500. Okay, or I could buy a set of proper wheels. I don't know, wheels built by a manufacturer, similar weight, but they, of course, cost more. They are maybe, say, $700 or $800. So that's an interesting thing to do. Do I make a risky purchase on some carbon wheels, some like eBay carbon wheels, or do I buy some good, solid aluminium ones, for example, that maybe like a similar weight, but of course, cost more, but are built by a reputable manufacturer like, a DT Swiss or Fulcrum or Mavic or one of them, or, a risky Chinese wheel. I don't know. It's an interesting thought, but, I've decided, I've got plenty of time until I have to decide on a purchase of wheels. Also, a thing is that if I purchase a set of eBay wheels, how long are they going to take for them to come to me as compared if I buy a set, say, off of a more reputable outlet, off of a more reputable website as well. So it comes into saving money on wheels. Of course, you got to take postage into consideration, but then also how long are they going to take to get here? When do you, how desperate do I want to get the new wheels on? That sort of stuff. So there's a few things to consider, but I've decided once I get to about 200, 150, 200 Ks to go, then I'll start looking a bit more seriously. When I say start looking more seriously, start looking at what I can get hitting the keyboard, what I can get for my money, and maybe make a purchase. So that's something to consider later on. But anyway, that's where I'm at currently. So I've ridden 1,000 Ks. I've got to try and get to 2,000. And when I get to 2, new wheel day. That'll be exciting. Anyway, let's get into the next story. So the other week, whenever it was, other week, I don't know, a couple of weeks. Now, here's a caveat for you. Whenever I say the other week, that distance of time is literally something that maybe happened last week to like a month ago. So, yeah. Anyway, I had a blood glucose sensor, continuous monitoring blood glucose sensor on my person. So basically it's a disc this is for the Australians out there, about as big as a 20-cent coin. I had it on my arm, and what that does, it monitors my blood glucose continuously. So, and it stores data, then you can then download that data onto the computer, and then you can look at graphs that gives you a comprehensive overview of how you're tracking. So I had one of them on, and they last for 2 weeks, 14 days. Anyway, so after I had it on, I had it on for the designated time. I'd taken it off, and my healthcare person, Samantha, she gave me a call, and she said, now this is about 7:30 or so. This is in the evening. She gave me a call because I had to get the data uploaded into the system. So she called me to run me through, or for us to have a conversation about how I can do that at home, at home here. Now, there was a slight hitch because now, I have an iPhone 6S, okay? Now, if I had a newer version, say iPhone 7, I could have the app on my phone, so I could scan the disc with my phone, have the data on the app, and then I could upload that a lot easier. But because I don't have the app, I had to use a different device, and that means I had to go to the hospital. I ended up having to go to the hospital for them to plug it in and for them to upload that data onto the system there. I couldn't do it at home because I didn't have because Abbott, who are the manufacturer, are like, you got an iPhone 6S? Nah. I mean, that's probably something to do with hardware as well, but I couldn't do it. So that was a little bit annoying. So I had to go to the hospital. But anyway, Samantha called me and we're having a conversation about, can I do this? No. Okay. Well, now what? It's like, we have to go to the hospital. Okay. And do it. So that was fine. So that 10, 15-minute call, though, expected to be 10, 15 minutes, escalated into us talking for like 1.5 hours. Just about things, just about anything, because I think it's if you're out there listening, this might be something that's not necessarily a hot take, but I think it's fair to say that you are somebody who can get easily off track with things. Or, well, actually, with both of us, I think we went together, we can get completely off track with what we're actually supposed to be talking about. So, and it evolved into like a 3-way conversation with Samantha, her husband, and myself. We were just talking about stuff. We're talking about various things. I mean, we're looking at a video on YouTube that had been uploaded, and we're like talking about how many views it had, and some other bits and pieces, and Twitter, and everything. So we just a quick just a quick 15-minute call or so escalated into like 1.5 hours, and this is a little bit of a theme. This is a little bit of a theme with healthcare professionals that I know, whom will call you for just a quick, can you do this? Or I will call them for a quick question about something. And then that conversation just escalates into half an hour of us just chatting along. But I will say it is good. I think it is good to have that sort of relationship with your healthcare person. I think because they're not, you're not just you're calling them for a purpose, but it's good that you can then just talk about other things. It's not all business. It's business, which then schmoozes over into jovialness, if I could say that. Anyway, last story coming up, which is, we're going to talk about shipping, right? Welcome back, everybody. Now, the last little thing I wanted to talk about is, now this also sort of ties into the first thing I was talking about, and that is getting, wheels off of eBay and whatever else. But anyway, I made a risky purchase. Oh, is it risky? Yeah, a slightly risky purchase off of AliExpress, right? Of all things, AliExpress. Chinese, Amazon, gotta say that. So I've made a purchase off AliExpress. Anyway, so my stuff is in transit. I'll be interested to see actually what it's like when it gets here. But my stuff is in transit, but here's the thing. So the estimated shipping time is 20 to 40 days. Yep. 20 to 40 days. It's not like it's going to be 20 to 25. I mean, it's like, do you reckon that, they were having a meeting, or whoever the seller was like, right, we need to guesstimate how long it's going to take. They're like, well, it's going to take at least 20 days. I'm like, okay. And then they'll probably like, so what's like the maximum you reckon it's going to take? And they'll sort of like, I don't know. And somebody was like, let's double it. And they're like, genius. So, ordered a couple of things. And yeah, so the estimated, it's 20 to 40 days. But in my, if I go into my account, because this is something else. Two things about Alibaba they got to do. They got to do something about. First is, you can't do checkout as like a guest, which is annoying, and also Now, this is dependent on your currency, but not all currencies offer PayPal. So kangaroo dollars can't do PayPal. But if I could have, I would have been like, check out as guest, and I want to PayPal it. Right? I don't want to create an account. I don't want to give you my card details. Just let me do check out as guest and give me PayPal. Okay? Alibaba, if you're out there listening, do something about that. Thanks. Anyway, so yeah, 20 to 40 days is how long it's going to take for my stuff to apparently get here. So we will see how long it takes. But actually, yes, in my account, it does state that if my goods haven't arrived by, I think, August the 3rd, could be wrong, but August, sort of early August, I can lodge a refund claim, which I thought was interesting. So they're like, well, it's going to take 20 to 40 days, but hey, if it doesn't get here before this date or around this date, you can lodge a refund. So I'll be keeping an eye on that for sure. So yeah, we will see if the stuff, I mean, it'll get here possibly, and then when it does, I guess it'll just be interesting to see if it turns up how long that's going to take. Oops, hit it. Jazz hands on the keyboard not working. But also, this sort of harks back to what I was talking about at the top about wheels. I have been looking at carbon wheels on AliExpress, and they are, of course, cheap wheels. But then it comes down to, well, if I buy a set of wheels off there and got to wait 2 months for them to turn up, I mean, is it better for me to have spent, say I can get a set of wheels on there for $500, I mean, should I have spent, and then have to wait, 2 months for them to get here? Is it better to spend the, say, $700-800 for a set of wheels that I would be able to get quicker, right? And that are really, honestly, probably better, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, 20 to 40 days is like, yeah, it'll be here, and it'll turn up at some point in between 20 and 40 days. Anyway, so I have to see how many days I've got left. I should count them down. I should have like a countdown clock to like 40 days and count back. Anyway, yeah, whatever. We'll be back after this to wrap things up. Well, that is it, everybody, for this episode of the podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, well, I mean, send me an email, luke.who'stalking at gmail.com, as to why you didn't enjoy it, or send me a tweet at L_who'stalking. And also, look, I'll do a shameless self-promotion here. I've been doing a little bit of streaming on Twitch, so if you're out there, you want to come along and have a look, follow it, why not? Hop on Twitch and just search up Luke Who's Live. Do that. And also the podcast, we're slowly getting the back catalogue and such onto YouTube as well. So you can hop onto YouTube and type up Luke Who's Talking on YouTube, and the back catalogue's on there. Slowly going to be catching up, of course, to the current episodes, and then when that happens, video. Exciting times. And also, another shameless half self-promotion, Luke Who's Live is also on YouTube as well. So if you've missed a Twitch stream, if you've missed a stream, words are hard. You can hop on there and view some of the older ones. View some of them. We're slowly, of course, catching up as well to where we're at with that as well. So, yeah. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed it, everybody. And I will catch you next time. I was about to say in August. No, but, it'll almost be August, I suppose. But whatever. I'll catch you next time.